Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing this evening? It's Wednesday evening. Time to get the Necro crew out. And we're just sitting back tonight, chilling, chatting with the audience. So feel free to say hi. And we are on a XP bonus weekend for Thanksgiving. It's a 50% XP bonus, 50% rare spawns, and 50% faction this weekend. Oops, forgot to mark myself. Okay, we got the crew following now. And we left off here in Golf of Gunfang. I did end up selling a whole bunch of the Defiant armor that we had dropped along the way. Oops, I forgot this crew's on need, not green. Okay, sorry about that. So we'll just travel out this little cubby here that we left off at. Clarity spores. Keep that to my druid. And we'll just head on over to the harbor and see what kind of trouble we can get in over there. So how's everybody doing this evening? We're kind of melting these mobs down. And with that XP going, we're getting about 7% per kill. Nice little bonus going on. I wonder, I believe I gave her Quencher Nova. Yep. Ooh, I didn't give Indica a mount. And we got some rough cloth. Hey, we can use that. Rough cloth. Places burlite stitched. We can go for that. Nice little upgrade. Did have a little bit of mishap earlier today in the game. I had to take the servers down for a bit. Had a duping problem. Some reasons people had extra items in their inventory, sold them for ridiculous prices, bought out Chrono, exploited. Hey, ding, 33. But they shut the servers down for a bit today, a couple hours, to correct the problem. I'm just glad there wasn't a rollback. But this happened on the Oakwind server. So there were some bad people on the Oakwind today that caused a little bit of issues. I'll have to see about getting me some greater concentration pots or something. Running out of mana on my Necro. So we'll just chill here a moment, trying to get some mana back. And we are currently located here. Started off here. And we're going to work our way over to Dulax Harbor. So while we're meeting, I think I am going to take a small break. Grab me a pop, since I forgot to get one before we started. And I'll be right back. And sorry about that, I'm back. Now that we're back up full mana, let's take off here. And back heading to Gulfagunthak, or we're in Gulfagunthak, heading to the harbor. And down they go. Between the Mage and the Necro, we're putting out a lot of DPS. So here it is Wednesday night. Doing a chill night, just relaxing. Chat with anybody who wants to. Invigorating. Give that to the Mage. About ready to ding again. That would be level number 2 since stream started. And here we are, only 18 minutes in. Ding-a-ling. And the Mage finally done. So everybody's 34 now. Getting close to the time I normally head over to Lexar. I usually head over there about 35, 40. And in that zone, that will get you all the way up to 60. Pretty easily. Oh, we got a rough chain caught. Nobody in the group wears chain. So something else to sell. Which if you remember right, we were almost out of plat last week. But we did sell some Defiant items in the bazaar over the week. Enough to allow us to get our spells and a few hundred for work payments. So that was kind of nice and unexpected. Saved us from trying to go farm some flat up. We can just continue on our adventure here. If there are any ideas that the viewers would like to see, I'm more than happy to take requests and go visit zones that you want. A lot of people say, you know, go do the dailies and all that, but I actually found I can level quicker doing this instead of doing the dailies. However, I do believe that once we hit 75, I believe I will start doing some of the heroic dailies. It's hard to beat the XP that you get with heroic adventures. We have done what's called the Grimbles over on Fez's channel, which we stream there every Saturday at 7. Feel free to stop by over there and say hi. You can find us on Puzzle Forums on YouTube. He also has a Twitch channel. So if you have time, stop by over there and tell him the hippie sent you. I am kind of trying to push his subscribers right now because got a little contest going over there. If we get 1K subscribers by or on Christmas Eve, he promised that he will dye his beard. So that's what we're trying to push for over there, is to get him to dye his beard. Ooh, ding again, 35. Being the druid, which means conjoined with the mage should be pretty darn close also. And there he is. And now everybody's got that. Oh, need some buffs here. Freshen some buffs while we're here. Definitely get me a specialization and motivation up on my druid. And everybody's done. Let's head out. We'll wait for the pather there. That luggle should, yep, there he goes. We'll have to get some clarity pots for my mage there. He keeps on running out of mana. Yeah, I better fix my macros a little bit, so he's not wasting so much mana. And now we entered into the harbor. Dulax Harbor. Hello everyone, how's everybody doing this evening? We were up to 5, now we're down to 4. Rest of my guys just didn't want to zone in, that looks like. And we'll work our way over to the boats. Killing our way through. And these are just melting away like the others. Either I have a loose one or somebody's pulling. the other side of that wall right there. If that's the case, I'll see myself to another spot there. I don't see nobody over here. That's odd. Yeah, we did get some defiant leather. So we'll give that to the druid. She gets a nice upgrade. Gets rid of that glooming leather. Not the gloomy deep stuff, but the oddball armor drops that drop down there in the tutorial. I'll definitely be glad when the rest of the crew can get KEI. But they seem to be low on mana. But as long as the tank can tank and the healer's got mana, I can put out enough DPS to melt these down. And ding again, 36. And now the mage is 36. We all hit that level. And we're going to head over here to Storm Wave. And if you've seen any of the live streams on Fez's channel, we've go there to head to Dead Hills to do the Grimbles. And I still say those heroic adventures are good from about level 75 to 100. They're about the best XP you can get for that range. Slightly tedious, but if you're looking to get closer to endgame, that's the way to do it. Hey, we're up to 6 viewers. How's everybody doing this evening? We got some pauldrons in the window. Hey, Fizz, how we doing this evening? I figure I'd do my normal Wednesday stream. Got the Necro crew going. Just relaxing. Just finished up a video, huh? And now to break down this boat here. Yeah, live went down. They had a dupe over on Oakwind. A lot of people were logged on and found a bunch of items had been duplicated and had a whole bunch of stuff in there. So, of course, they started selling them and buying chrono and all that. I'm just glad they didn't do a rollback. So I was on this morning earlier with the Beast Lord crew. Got me a couple of nice upgrades over in Shard's Landing. Not surprised it came from Oakwind. We know your love for Oakwind. Or as I like to call it, Jokewind. I did find a nice little spot. You might want to take your 95 crew too. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to show it to you sometime if you like. It's not the greatest XP, but I was getting like 0.3 per kill at 95. Trying to get some of that fear touched armor out of there, which is an upgrade from the House of Thule armor. Yeah, just get a hold of me on Discord whenever you're on and want to take a look at it. Did run some different heroics this week than the Grimbles. We can probably try that for a stream on Saturday. It should clear the boat. Which means it'll be time to head off to the next one. Lady Drula. And we'll give it a moment to let everybody get some mana back. Okay. Let's head on out. Make sure everybody's following. Looks like somebody's heading off to Dead Hills. Somebody getting ready to do Grimbos. Going to check Druid's track while we're killing this, see if there's any names up anywhere. Nope, didn't see any on track. So we'll continue on to Lady, and we'll clear that boat. Darn gnomes are so short I miss them. There should be a height limit, I think. Must be this high to ride this ride. Taking some hits, so I'll leech some of that mag health back. I don't bother too much with the rats, since they're not KOS. But I do miss the gnomes quite often because of that. So how do you liking this XP bonus? I'd see if some of the guys want to go out the next few days, camp up some upgrades. That's 50% bonus to XP, rare spawns, and faction. Nice little 15 mana, 15 hit point up. But since the armor's going to be changing here soon, I don't worry too much about Augs at these lower levels. Yeah, I was getting some nice XP and getting some names to spawn over there in Shard's Landing. Got a few upgrades. Although I do need to do the progression quest through there. That way I can open up those portals and revisit Crystal Caverns at a higher level. I think there's even an upgraded kale in there in that expansion. Well, for some reason they don't like that disease dot. Oh, that wand over in the deep. That's always a highly sought off item. I need to go back into SSRA and get me another pouch. I loaned that pouch to Izzy. He never gave it back to my beast sword. Go farm him another one. Darn rogues. That's it. Oh. Spot. See him on track, but see any names up over there, so we'll take the up to the next boat. Check track on that one a little bit later. Percent, so. He's camping somewhere close, but I see a bunch of dead bodies. I see dead people. Yeah, this boat I'll probably stay for a couple levels. And then we'll probably head over to Vexar. Kind of tired this evening, so I'm not very talkative. I'm trying to get things around the house ready for Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has some good Thanksgiving plans. Yeah, I get those moments quite often. And it's not like any of this stuff is new. Granted, some people might not know it. And they can ask questions, but yeah, it is kind of draining to sit here narrating everything you do. That's why I like viewer participation. Plus, here on Wednesday nights, I just want to kind of relax, chill, talk to people. My sow faded. Get some sow here real quick. And we got a Defiant plate. Nobody wears plate, so ain't gonna worry about it. We'll just let her roll. Ooh, I didn't realize. My collarbones faded. Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. The fun things you go through trying to level up on EverQuest. Dealing with the fizzles. Yeah, chronic fizzling is one of the most unpleasant side effects of XP bonuses. Gotta spend time in the guild hall, hot tub, practicing your spell casting. Although I remember before the guild lobby and the guild halls came, I used to take my enchanter over to Rivervale to practice his spell casting, fish. It was kind of out of the way, not too many people in the zone most of the time. Back when we had to do bag drop trades instead of the shared bank that we have nowadays. Didn't have parcels back then either. You didn't like me very much. Let's see, catch up on the chat here. I didn't have a whole lot of friends back in the old days of EQ. So when I would swap gear, I would drop it on the ground in some empty house, log out, log the other guy back in. I camped out in the same house. Yeah, that's what I used to do over in the Rivervale. Found the spots that people wouldn't be traveling near. Had one character there, logged out, dropped the bag on the ground, logged the other character back in, hoping it was still there. Although I did have a few friends that I played with back then. But for the most part, we played at different times, so we'd only meet up like once or twice a week. Try to help each other out and stuff. That was before I got into multi-boxing. So I was just running a single character. Mainly an enchanter back in those days. Always be taking my alts out trying to farm up research pages because he was doing research at the time. That was the old style research. Let's see, there are players that treat multi-boxing like it's a strange thing to do. Most people that multi-box now tried to group all the time, but because they could never find a decent group, took to multi-boxing out. Next to set. It seems like I took to multi-boxing. Yeah, that's mainly the reason why I multi-box often is, I don't really want to take the time to try to fill out a full group. But when you get older, you get family, you need something that respects your time a little bit more. So I just make up my little group, get done what I need to get done. But if people do want to group up, I can always drop mercs. I can always drop other tunes. But yeah, with the game being so end game heavy, I'm not saying it's impossible to solo. It just makes things a heck of a lot easier when you have a pre-made group. That you can just log in and take off. Hey, Joby1, how you doing this evening? Glad you can make it. Just finished prepping for tomorrow's feast. Well, what you fixing me and what time should I be there, Joby1? All day feasting. And it's always been in the past, my kids would always go to their mom's side, so Thanksgiving I just usually hang out. Although they do stop by and bring me a plate. Yeah, I'm glad they patched it too. Yeah, those bugs you hate to see in game. You know it's going to happen sometime. Things get messed up. They don't always test the patches that they put in. At least the doping isn't as bad as some games, though. They wiped the test server because of a bug. Wow, I didn't heard that one. I must have been in another game at that time. It was around 2000. I was playing then. Well, if it was after Cunard, that's when I started. Oh, it started in vanilla about 30 days after it was released. Well, I could see that. You know, EQ was the front runner of something of this scale. I mean, when EQ first launched, it had to shut down because of problems the very first day. Yeah, we've done 40. Back in the old dial-up days. And we'll do more. This is the last round for this boat, and then we'll head over to Bexar. Yeah, start up and dial-up days too. Doing them mud games. That's when you actually had to call up the computer itself just to talk to it. Those were some fun times, though. Used to have a few bulletin boards that I logged into back then. Had so many turns to do on those muds, and then you were done for the day or for so long. So I'd always log out of that one and go log into another one and play the game over there. So how's that good Mage combo coming out? Joby one? Got to 85. Now experimenting with Overseer and going back doing Hero's Journey. What part of the Hero's Journey are you doing? So 85, I believe you've out-leveled most of it. Check George track. Still no names up there. Just finished Thunder Rock Springs, now in Darwin Cliffs. I think I usually skip that part of the Hero's Journey. I usually do the islands in the Buried Sea. I do those in the Hero's Journey. And then about 75, I'll skip over to Ocean Green Hills and do those to get the Paragon armor. Which, if you're on TOPs, the Hero's Journey there doesn't start until Veil of Avars is unlocked. Oops, I lost track of my spelling. I thought I still had one more over there. Have a good one, Fez. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the way I'm feeling, I'll probably be heading to bed early myself tonight, too. Got the grandson coming over on the weekend, so had to get some things done. Since I had to get rid of the kids' playroom so that my house guest had a bedroom to go to. Sipping some Hallerhead. Dessert sipping whiskey. Yes, it is. That it is. It is a little sweet. But it is a good sipping whiskey. If you don't mind a banana flavor. I'll probably be drinking some of that this weekend. Enjoying the holidays. Although I'm not doing the cooking like you did. I'll let everybody else do the cooking. I'll just enjoy it. Finally got IS Boxer working. Saves from alt tabbing. Oh yeah, I imagine it does. I tried that IS Boxer years ago, and I know it's changed since then, but I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do back then. So I just never bothered with it anymore. All I gotta say about those is just be careful using it because, you know, it is a third-party software, and you just never know when Daybreak's going to buckle down on all that. I am a game developer and do programming for a living, and it's still quite a challenge. Yep. Okay. Bummer. Don't have Pt4 on my druid yet, so everybody's going to be using the thrones. My extended programming is basic. I used to do a little bit of Fortran, a little bit of Cobalt back in the years, but that was back in the 80s. I know everything's changed since then. Well, that was just for college classes. Okay, let's head on out to POK. Yeah, we need to pick up some fish scales to get enduring breath. Let's see if they sell any back here. No one sells fish scales. Well, that's just a bummer. They sell them in the guild lobby. I'll just go try to find them in the guild lobby then. Boom, there we go, fish scales. Thank you, Jovi One. Ooh, that ogre needs to put some pants on. Okay, got the crew following me now. We'll head on over to Verona, or we'll head on over to Vexar. I'm wondering. Yeah, I forgot. My mage has water stones. I don't need them push scales. Yeah, I can see the tank merc doing more DPS than the DPS merc in the lower levels. Fights aren't long enough. Okay, everybody's got a water stone. Yeah, we'll come through the tunnels here. Which is always fun, trying to run a box crew through these tunnels. Maybe I'll get lucky and they won't get stuck on these pillars. So far, so good. Hey, we made it. No one got stuck. Yeah, there's a couple of frog locks that run through there. There's also high elf, or not high elf, but half elf ranger that goes through there. He doesn't like my XR characters for some reason. And here we are in Lake of Omen. Do you remember spending several hours in this zone in the early years, camping by the windmill and the Sarnak fort? Getting my butt on in the goblin tunnels. by his enduring breath, just in case anybody is swimming underneath the water that I don't catch in time. And if you've never been to Vexar, it's in the middle of the lake of Il-Omen in the lake itself. '28, '29 expansions, yeah, somewhere around through there. I finally got the last one on one of my accounts. Because I wanted the trade skill depot. I'm telling you, that trade skill depot has been a godsend with much trade skill items that I collect. Let's see, we'll get this out. And we'll get my slow out. Because we'll be hitting undead. What is the capacity of the trade skill depot? Well, when you first start off, it's right around 250 or so. But you can buy more slots up to 400 and some odd. I do know that. I haven't maxed mine out yet, so yeah, mine's somewhere around 390 or something like that. But that's just, different items. You can have stacks of those items in there. Because I've got stacks that are several thousand of an item in there. I've got to say, trade skills are fun. But they're not for everybody. Not everybody enjoys doing the trade skills in EQ. But although Fez, I've got to say, he is a master of the trade skills. He knows a lot more about those than I do. Yay, they made it. Vexar, my home away from home. I do enjoy this zone for XPN and AAN. And if you do tribute, I still say some of the better, more easier tribute items come from Vexar. Of course, that could change as you get higher into the later expansions. Oh, the player box right here. Let me look that up real quick, and I can tell you exactly which one I use. Okay, yeah, look up the My Stick player window, the hybrid version. I'll put a link in the Discord for you in the useful URLs. There you go. And not a problem at all. Yeah, I use most of the default old UI, but I do have certain smaller pieces like the player window, the group window, and my buffs and bard songs are all different small. Excuse me. Had hiccups. They are smaller UI components that you can download and put into whatever file you're using. Yeah, we ding 41. I can probably take me off polar for now. Yeah, I do have to say the EQ interface community is a real good community. I had troubles with a couple of UI parts, like my pet window, which is also custom. But when EQ went to 64-bit, it broke my pet window, so I couldn't see the buffs. And the person that originally wrote that piece was no longer active and wasn't fixing it. So I posted on the forums about it. And the next day, or actually the next morning when I woke up, there was a fix for it. Somebody took the time and went ahead and done it. So yeah, if you even have problems with doing any of the UIs and you can't find an answer in game, try the forums. They are very good. And I don't know too many languages yet, so I'm not too worried about that charm. Ooh, spin me. Joby once said, I wrote some UI mods for a while back in the day, but I would rather download UI mods made by others. I'm getting lazy. That's more or less just getting older and wiser. He's just not liking me. And we're almost at 10 levels for today. Oh, I love XR. I'll show you a little bit of it here. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Yeah, you zone in down here. And here's all the gobbies at the beginning. And we're right here where the undead start. Got a couple of names in this area. Actually, 3. I keep forgetting about him. Then there's a water tunnel you got to swim through to get to the rest of it. But you come down here and you swim up over on the other side. And then you got your bathroom here. And your warlock area. Up here's the church. There's a bunch of golems in this middle courtroom area. Down in here, the rotting shopkeeper, they drop a nice haste belt. Well, it was nice at the time. With the Defiant armor. I actually think it still has more haste than Defiant, but the Defiant has more stats. And then if you come up here, there's a set of stairs here and a set of stairs here. If you come around here, you can drop down. There's a one-way drop to get to the backside. Or you can go through the theater here, climb up the tower in the back. Basically just a bunch of stairs that go up and up and up in a ring. Once you get to the top, there's a plank that comes out. I'll take you to the back area back here. And then you also have some tunnels over here where they keep the slaves and stuff. I will eventually go through the whole zone. Most likely not tonight on the stream, but we will be going through it. And you can actually start here around 35, and it will take you all the way up to 60 without a problem. So it's a nice zone where you can just come in, get you some big bags to hold the items that you need, and you can stay here for about 30 levels. I mean, the guys I used to run around with, we'd come in here and do a lot of AA-ing. And at the time, there was some nice loot to be had in here. But it is located right smack in the middle of the lake in Lake of Ilomen. Yeah, that is one thing about TLPs that they really haven't fixed yet. Let's see, W1. I tried Oakwood, but with the loot tied to specific camps, it was demoralizing. Camping Lower Gut for days required more patience than I have these days. Yeah, that's why I do state I wish they would start at least with Luckland open. That gives us more area to cover and to go through instead of just going through classic. Because, you know, you have your basic classic camps that everybody wanted to go to, and that's how everybody levels up. Well, if you open up Kunark and you open up Luckland, there's 3 more different starting areas that you can actually use. And it will funnel people out a little bit more. And we're not all tiptoeing over each other on these camps. I know you have your purrs saying, well, you know, that's not classic. That's not what we want. And it's like, may not be what you want, but it may be what others want. And I really think they need to look at that. They did do the Gates of Discord launch for Vinicki so that they can have the Berserkers. But I believe that's a little bit too late. Let's see, Joby 1. I remember running down Lorguk and finding no mobs. Because every mob was camped and no mob survived more than 30 seconds. Yep, you'll have that. Explore Gamus is up. This was a mob that wasn't originally in Vexar. They added it later on. And it doesn't say rare creature, but he is considered a named. Took a couple rounds of dots on this guy. And I can't wear it yet, so we'll just let it roll. And we'll bypass these guys. Maybe. My guys got stuck on the walls. Oh, they're following me now. The only problem I have with boxing. Sometimes my crew will get stuck and I don't realize it. Joby1, do you find being an XR inconvenient due to KOS issues? No, not really. I've done TOPs. I've started them as a Necro. I'd start as a Dark Elf during Classic. But then when Kunark opens up, I do race change to an XR. And no, I really don't have any issues with the faction because everything that you need can be sold there in Cabalus. So it's not like you have to run to different cities to buy this and buy that. Everything is there in Cabalus, either in East or West. But if there is that chance that, I can only get it in a good city, with today's game, you can always make a alt on the same account. Go put your plat in the shared bank area. Go buy the item on your alt, put it in a shared bank, and pick it up on your main. So yeah, there's really no issue anymore of faction because there are workarounds for it. But I do remember my very first Zuckusus. I made him with the sole purpose of picking the most hated race and class combo with the intentions of being able to sit inside the city next to the guards. So basically a lot of faction work. And we done 42. And that took me months and months to complete. The most tedious thing just roll a chanter and solve all your faction issues. Well, it wouldn't solve all of them because unfortunately Ixars can't really be agnostic, especially as a Necro. You worship Kha'Zix Thul. And a lot of cities don't like Kha'Zix Thul either, so you're still KOS even though you would be under illusion because of the fact that you worship Kha'Zix Thul. And here's the Hot Zone AUG for Vexar. Required 50, AC 9, hit points 10. But yeah, the factioning, it was a self-factioning quest that I wanted to put myself through just to see and say I did it. And I did get him in all the cities except for the halfling, Rivervale. Joby1, I kind of missed my old enchanter having to go to evil cities to get spells and use illusions. POK makes it so much easier. but removes some challenge. Yeah, it does remove a lot of what a lot of people would say was the fun aspect of early EQ. Because it was kind of fun going in there, especially when I was maining my enchanter. I used the fire pots to get from place to place, and one of them was cabless. And it was always fun trying to run through cabless, knowing that you're KOS everywhere, except in Ixar Illusion. Although there was once or twice I got attacked by, I believe it was one of the SKs that was there. It might have been one of the shamans. I'm not for sure, but it was right there near the SK Shaman Beast Lord Temple. That was something else I missed, was the fire pots back then. That was your fast travel hub before POK. The only thing you had to worry about, Fatedar swimming by too close and aggroing. Because if he sat there and aggroed one, he's going to aggro everybody. The fire pots, I can't remember if they were actually in with the original Kunark or added a little bit later. I'm trying to remember. I thought they were actually with the original Kunark release. They were in Timber's Deep. I think that's the ocean zone there between Common Lands and Kunark. But they were down there close to where the Cleric and Druid epics, down in that hidden island area. But yeah, they had fire pots all around the room. And if you clicked on one of them, that's the city that you went to. There was a lot of times I would be XPing in South Karana doing the Knolls at the Spires and get a tell for a group in Kunark. I just gate back to the fire pots, hit the Cabalist Stone, and off I went. But yeah, it was a nice, quick travel area. Remind me, and I will try to show that on the stream sometime. Let's see. And we're ready to go for another swim here. Okay, they all made it out. Cool. And now we're entering the bath area. And let's check the druid track here, see if there's any names close. I do see one name close. So we'll head that way, and then we're going to call it night. Must have from the Daybreak store. One thing that I do get is your Trademaster compartment satchel. I do like to get to that on my accounts. It's a 40 slot bag, but it only holds trade skill items. But it does sort those trade skill items out from the rest of your loot, so that's why I do like getting it. So all my trade skill items do automatically go to that bag. I do have a couple of the journeyman's pocketed ram sacks, but I usually wait. Daybreak usually puts them on sale a couple times per year, so I would wait if you'd want those. But now that you're getting up to 85 and everything, you can actually start doing the hunter quests for the hunter achievements. and they have basically the same bags that you can get there. They do start off with a little less than 32, but they do ramp up quickly per expansions. Mounts, if you don't have any mounts on your claim, yes, that is another definite buy. Because your casters are going to need mounts. As far as favorite mount, I really don't have a favorite mount per se. It just depends on how I want to perceive the character, on which one I buy. Other than that, the only other thing that I do get is when I click my claim, if I'm on a TLP, I'll get the XP pots instead of the 500 coin. But other than that, I really don't buy much out of the Daybreak store. But I do know there is a lot of housing stuff. I just haven't got into housing yet. But there is a lot of the housing stuff that you can buy in there, which I could probably foresee spending money in that more than anything. Fez likes the House of Tool pack that gives mounts for all your arts. Yeah, the House of Tool pack does give mounts. 999 of them. Let's see, /claim. Oh, I don't have it on this account. On my other accounts, I do have mounts that were available from earlier expansions, buying those expansions. That also gave them, the 999 mounts. One of those free mounts was the hand mount, which I use on Izzy quite often. If you ever see Izzy on a mount, that's what I use. The House of Thule has the lions. Also, the House of Thule pack does give some nice bags too. So, yeah, I do recommend the House of Thule pack. I just haven't bought it on this account yet. But that is a good pack to buy. And if you haven't bought either of the two bag packs that are also on that same page on the website, I usually buy both of those each year on the TLPs. Now, I didn't this year because I didn't plan on buying or playing on Oakland. So what I'm going to do before the next TLP, after I see what it's going to be like, I'll buy the ones for Oakland, and then I'll turn around and buy the bags for the new TLP as well. And that way I'll have the big bags all the way across the board. I won't be running out of bag space for quite some time. You can buy those backpacks, even though they are, kind of advertised and centered around the TLPs. You can buy those on the regular live servers as well. And those bags are heirlooms. You can stick them in the shared bank and pass them off to your alts if needed. So, yeah, with you being 85 now, I would look into start doing the House of Thule hunters. Bring that up real quick here. You start off with Fear Rot and kill all the names in there. And then go to House of Thule. Clear all the names in there. And you'll get the Hunter of Fear Rot, the Hunter of House of Thule. You'll also get Novice Hunter of House of Thule. Click on the reward. And it's a 26 slot 100 weight reduction bag. So, it's not really necessary to buy the bags in the marketplace because you can actually quest them too if you'd rather spend the time than the money. Now my Beast Lord is doing Reign of Fear. And Reign of Fear gives you 40 slot 100 weight reduction bags. And here's a 32 slot weight with 100 weight reduction. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. Either spend your money and get those, or you can actually spend some time and quest them. Yeah, I've been taking my Beast Lord crew to Shard's Landing and basically farming the names in there and trying to get the 100 achievements out of that. Trying to get those nice 40 slot bags. And there's the name that we were hunting down. Man, I can't get nothing to stick on this guy. Yeah, he's level 53, we're level 42. That kind of shows you how OP these mercs are. And ding 43. And head up these stairs. And there's the golems I was talking about in the court area. And we'll get to those probably next week. But that's 2.5 hours worth of stream tonight. So we ended up getting 11 levels this evening. So it was a pretty good outing. But I am starting to get a little sleepy, so I think I'm going to call it an evening. And remember, Saturday evenings over on Fezzlewig's forums on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but YouTube. We do live stream there every Saturday. So please join us over there. And then you have me every Wednesday over here on Twitch, usually about 7 or 8 o'clock. But hit that like button if you liked it. Share it to your friends. Hit subscribe and that bell. That way you know when I go live again or upload a new video. Other than that, everybody take care and you have a good Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you very much for joining me.